and welcome to From No Crypto to No Crypto, Cryptocurrency Podcast. This is Blockchain Wayne. Today's episode is brought to us by Concierge Club, mobile private key wallet and point-of-sale solution. Concierge Club makes purchasing easy, safe, and the overall process more efficient while costing less, helping to make cryptocurrency mainstream. All right, so before we dive into the market update, let's take a look at a statement. I was looking at this today, so it looks like most governments won't embrace Bitcoin. Why? Because they hate the idea of proof of work. Work and government, those words don't always go together. All right, so jumping into market update. Most of the market is slightly green today. Bitcoin sitting right around 63.50, up slightly over the last 24 hours. Quite a few altcoins are posting double-digit gains. Now, Ethereum Classic, which had seen the run up the last couple of days, is experiencing a dump right now, so it's slightly down after a spike, which is expected. It was added to Coinbase app today, which typically it was spiking in preparation for that, and now people are dumping it. So Bitcoin needs to stay above the $6,000 support line, but also to see any kind of substantial movement again, we've got to break the $6,500 support level. Why is this important? Even now more than ever, because Bitcoin is more than 50% of the total market cap. So where Bitcoin goes, all will follow. That's usually the case, especially when it's over 50% of the market cap. So what hurts more than a breakup is Bitcoin breaking the $6,000 support level. I want to make sure we stay there. All right, so let's take a look at some of the news today. The hash rate of the Bitcoin network, which represents the amount of computing power securing the blockchain, has increased despite a 70% decline of Bitcoin since January this year. So David Sapper, who's the chief operating officer of cryptocurrency exchange Blockbid, said in an interview with Bloomberg, the continuous rise in the hash rate of Bitcoin demonstrates the satisfaction of investors in the long-term trend of the dominant cryptocurrency. What does that mean? When we're hearing a lot of cryptocurrency miners that are mining Bitcoin are not breaking even right now in the rigs. All this means is that many people that are mining are long-term, in it for the long haul. Therefore, they are continuing to increase hash rates. More machines are going online. All right, next up in the news, UPS, 110-year-old UPS, United Parcel Service, believes that blockchain technology could help streamline package delivery logistics across a global supply chain. So according to documents published by the U.S. Patent and Trademark Office on Thursday, UPS has applied for a patent that utilizes blockchain and distributed ledger technology to route packages throughout an international supply chain that may include multiple carriers. This is a big deal. Remember, we focus on what can make cryptocurrency and blockchain more mainstream. This is it. This is one example. So next up, coming to a box office near you, Crypto. Crypto is an upcoming cryptocurrency-themed movie starring Kurt Russell. It's currently in post-production right now. So the producers shared their thoughts, saying that the overall message of the movie is positive despite it being a thriller centered on crime and corruption. So the upcoming thriller movie called Crypto, starring Kurt Russell, Alex Bedell, and Luke Hemsworth, is in post-production. One of the producers commented, "We hope cryptocurrency lasts for a long time. That's one of the reasons why we wanted to do the film. We're not into fads. We hope it stays around for a long time." So keep an eye out for a movie coming out soon called Crypto. All right, next in the news, Coinbase is back at it again. Coinbase has been in the news just about every day. I think it's kind of neck and neck. Maybe I'll start keeping track of Coinbase versus Binance, see who appears in the news more often. Even though the Binance CEO says they're not in competition with Coinbase, there's enough room in the space for everybody. I just personally would like to figure out who gets more media exposure, Binance or Coinbase. But today, Coinbase is rebranding a wallet called Toshi. It's an Ethereum-based wallet designed by Coinbase. It's changing its name to Coinbase Wallet. Makes sense. So in a post published on Wednesday, the company says the name change is beyond branding and more of a larger effort to invest in products that will shape the future of the decentralized web. So the Coinbase Wallet is going to feature some upgrades, which is expected to serve as a home for exploring the decentralized web. In addition to managing Ethereum and ERC20 tokens, which is already possible on Toshi, they're going to be adding Bitcoin, Bitcoin Cash, and Litecoin. Users will also be able to receive ICO tokens, airdrops, store crypto collectibles, and access leading decentralized exchanges from the wallet. So that is what's going on with Coinbase. All right, so moving along, Binance. As I mentioned, Binance is in the news again. So Binance LCX, which is a joint venture between Binance and Liechtenstein Crypto Assets Exchange, also known as LCX, announced the launch of a fiat to crypto exchange. This was announced today. The new trading platform will be located in Liechtenstein and offer trading between Swiss francs and euros against major digital currency pairs, adding more trading pairs following regulatory approval. So that's where they're going to start and then move on from there. So that is it for our market update today. Moving on to some more information around Binance. So Binance today in their blog announced the beta launch of Binance Academy, which is www.binance.vision. Binance Academy, it's a brand new open access learning hub from Binance. Their aim is to provide a one-stop shop for blockchain and crypto learning resources open to anyone and for the benefit of all. This is something that I really liked when I saw it today. I've got to dig in to see what kind of content, if the content is really good. From the surface level, it looks like it's good content, but this is what I'm passionate about, helping to teach people learn more about cryptocurrency, helping people to understand it. The more people understand it, the more people will migrate towards it, the more we move towards mass adoption. If more people are holding cryptocurrencies, these payment processors, payment providers are going to start either accepting cryptocurrency, or merchants and vendors will go around payment providers to accept cryptocurrency, cutting out the middleman. So current topics on this learning resource include blockchain, coins and tokens, Binance security, and trading, with more in the pipeline. So these are a list of a few of the videos that I saw when I looked at it today. One of them is how does blockchain work? Another one, what is a coin burn? Next one, how to keep your private keys safe. Very important. Make sure you take a look at that one. And then what is the Binance ecosystem? So of course they're going to educate you and put their spin on it to promote their website and their platforms, but you can't really blame them for that. That is really what it's all about. So when you're looking into this and you're learning more about cryptocurrency, remember two things are important. What is the technology of a cryptocurrency you may be researching? And where is it as far as adoption, or what is the potential for adoption? If you can't answer those two questions, you need to take a deep dive into what it is. As I mentioned in past episodes, there's well over thousands and thousands of cryptocurrencies out there. Only a handful, I think, are going to make it in the end. There will be no main one. There will be top ones that will be used in different platforms. There may be one centered just for healthcare. There may be one just centered for maybe accepted on Facebook. Another one just accepted on Amazon, or maybe I'm wrong. Maybe they'll accept multiple cryptocurrencies. But overall, you want to look at the adoption. What is their blockchain being used for? What will cause a demand for that cryptocurrency? If there's a lot of demand for their blockchain use, then that cryptocurrency will also skyrocket in value down the road. Remember this, if you're doing a long-term play, make sure you understand the technology and the adoption. So just a little sneak peek into next episode. We're going to be looking at the world of crypto trading, recognizing patterns, and how to yield more insights from recognizing patterns. So technical analysis is very complicated to dive into, especially on a 10 to 15 minute podcast every day. What I will give you is some basic information, point you towards some resources that will help you learn more about it. So the skill that traders use to determine the strength of a current trend during key market movements and to assess opportunities for entries and exits. So patterns can be useful in determining which direction price is likely to go. Remember, like I said, that is likely to go, not necessarily guaranteed. So we want to make sure that we understand technical analysis gives you a better chance at predicting the trend and where it might go by looking at the information available. So we're going to look at some key indicators to look at, such as a head and shoulders or an inverse head and shoulders, cup and handle, double top. We're going to look at a few of those and a couple of indicators that you can utilize to identify which way the market is going to head. Right now, looking at everything, we don't really know. It looks positive. We're well above the bottom that we hit the other day with Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies, but many experts are looking at some of the formations on the charts right now, saying we are still bearish. We could see more downside, further down than what we've hit before, making a new lower low. Sounds like doom and gloom to a lot of us that may be holding, but think of it this way. Once we can identify what the true bottom is, then I think we will see this thing really take off, because once you hit bottom, there's only one way to go, and it's up. And once we start heading up, it's going to be fast. It's going to be furious. Pardon the movie pun, but that's where it looks like we're heading once we get moving. There's just too much positive news, too much happening in the background as far as adoption for us not to see a massive spike and next bull run on this. And if you remember, I've mentioned this in the past as well. The last bull run, November to December of 2017 last year, Bitcoin's price went from 6,100 to over 19,000 in the matter of 35 days. So we've still got a lot of year left, a lot that can happen, a lot of good, a lot of bad. So just pay attention to what's going on with the charts and start learning how to educate yourself. That way you know when to enter a trade, when to exit a trade, and maximize your profits by protecting your capital. So that is it for the episode today. Thank you for listening in. All these articles that we talk about will be posted on our Facebook page under the same name as the podcast, From No Crypto to No Crypto. Also, if you want the basic information to get started in cryptocurrency, I have a beginner's guide to cryptocurrency called under the same name as the podcast, From No Crypto to No Crypto, available on Amazon, available in both paperback and ebook. Not a very expensive book, very inexpensive book, only about 43 pages. Not very long, but just the basics of what you need to get started and point you towards the resources that you can continue to further your education. So make sure to check that out. Share this with your friends. And that is it for today's episode. Thank you, everybody, and we'll see you on the next episode.